Guys, I wasn't planning on making a video again, but I just thought since I'm starting to cook, I'm going to try to make supper here on the wood stove. I made a bread video, which was kind of long, but it was my first one, so bear with me. But since it's bitter cold outside and we've got the wood stove going, I'm going to try to make some chili here on the stove. Right now, I just have some ground beef in there, and I'm going to fry it up. And then I'm going to get my home canned beans out of my basement, home canned onions, or salted onions, and corn. Sometimes I put corn in there. So I'm just going to use what I got, and we'll check back here in a bit. Alright, my hamburger's just about cooked. I'll bring you over there in a minute. Excuse the noise, my dishwasher's going. It works good, but it's certainly loud. What we have here is some, I dehydrate some vegetables, and these are some mushrooms that I have. I'm just rehydrating them right here. I'll let them sit in some hot water for a bit, and they'll be good to go. Here's some corn from August 2016. We shucked the corn and canned it up. It's so good. I don't have any home canned diced tomatoes, so I have a couple of these in my pantry. I'm just trying to use up the stuff in my pantry before we, so we can replace it all with home canned stuff eventually. I have 3 half pints of black beans, I canned not too long ago, a can of chili beans, some canned, if you can see that, well, it's hard to say, salted green onion tops is what it is. I'll put a tablespoon of that in my pot. And then I have lots of sauce down in the basement, but I didn't know how much I'd use, because I have a couple of cans, like store cans in the pantry. But here's some home canned tomato sauce, 3 jars. So I'll bring you over here. There's that driftwood. I had mentioned it in another one. I'm just drying by the fire from one of our beautiful Nova Scotia beaches. And here's the hamburger. It's pretty much all cooked. I'm going to strain it and put it in the big stock pot I have, and I'll put the stock pot here on the stove. And yeah, we'll just simmer it, and then I'll season it up. I did put some onion powder and garlic powder, a little bit of salt, probably a tablespoon, a couple tablespoons of onion powder, or maybe 1. I don't know. I don't really measure. I just go around the pan. I suppose I should have showed you that, but I didn't. I'm sorry. And yeah, I'll strain it off because there's a bit of grease there. Yeah, and the big stock pot is there behind all the stuff. I do have a can of tomato soup. I like to put that in my chili. Same with my spaghetti and stuff. I don't know, it just adds a little creaminess to it. I do enjoy it. So anyways, I'll bring it back when this all goes together. Okay guys, I'm about to add the chili powder in. And these are those mushrooms I just wanted to show you. They were dry as a bone, brittle and all that stuff, but look how they rehydrate. They're so beautiful. Just like new. Anyways, oh, my phone's ringing. There's some onion powder in there. I added a bit more. I added the corn, the beans, the salted onion tops, and now I'll scrape the rest out in a minute. The mushrooms. And as you can see, it's kind of messy right now. Just a working stove. I do have a proper stove there, but on a day like today, why waste the energy? We have this fire going, and we can cook just as well on this. Here's about 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And I also like to, our family likes quite a bit of spice. I add a bit of that to it too. A lot of people, a lot of the kids, will sometimes add sriracha and stuff too. Like, I like stuff a bit spicy, but not overly burn the top of my mouth spicy, but some people around here do. So anyways, I'm going to stir this up, and I'm going to let it simmer for, well, it's 4:45 now. We usually eat around 5, but it's going to have to wait a little bit because I like to simmer chili. Sorry, the lighting's not great in here. Simmer chili, I don't know, a good half hour at least. It's always better the longer it sits, but I'm going to make them wait for at least another half hour. It's nice and warm, but once it starts bubbling, I might move it on the back where the teapots are, or the tea kettles are, because it's still warm there, but it's not as hot when it's sitting right on top of the stove. but it's going to be good. And I made a video earlier. I made 4 loaves of bread, still covered up. They did get into 1 loaf. But we'll have a nice slice of homemade bread and homemade chili. And yeah, we'll be good. It's bitter cold here in Nova Scotia, and this is just the right thing to warm us up. Okay, I'm just about to sit down to eat. I got the chili dished out, a slice of the new bread. I put a little dollop of sour cream on there, and it's hard to see with this camera, but there's some parsley flakes on there just to make it look pretty. And yeah, I'm about to dig in. So stay warm, stay happy, and it's Nova Scotia Living signing off.